1, 2, 3, go. Go, do you introduce us, man? Go on, what are we doing here? Come on, lads. We're right, go, Finn. What we
fucking SAS operative has infiltrated the building. Probably to apprehend the man who's dressed up as a sheep.
It's a cloud, I'll have you know, actually.
Looks like a sheep.
I'm kidding on to be a cloud.
Oh, woolly, it's a sheep.
Oh, Mammy sent me a message, I'm done. Sup! There you go. The man's alive. So, what we doing, Finner? What we doing here in this sexy poker table?
This is, it's not a cough, don't leave just because it's a cough. This is DoTPoD. And,
yeah.
it's a re-record.
Totally not the second time.
Yeah, we kind of have uploaded the original already, but the audio is kind of messed up, so we decided we do the DoTPoD again, and we've got, you know, I'm not good with math, but we've got one extra person. I'm trying to think of a fraction, like we've got...
I think it makes
a
4.
third more, but we only had 2 last time, so it doesn't make sense, but... We've got Dowie with us, so say hello, Dowie.
Hello, little taters.
And,
he's all shy, you know?
Yeah, I have to do the introduction.
Am I right in saying this is the first time all 3 of us has been in the
same together,
video?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, man.
So,
Mammoth, I don't know.
We had a few topics that we went over on the first go round. We did. What did we do? We gave our opinions on GTA. I suppose this time we're going to give our opinions on GTA Online. Well, maybe not opinions, but what we're looking forward to, because it's out tomorrow at the time of recording. And,
hopefully early, because I want to go up and play it.
And we were also talking about our experiences on current gen consoles and what we're looking forward to on next gen consoles.
Yeah.
So,
could we start with the current gen? I was going to ask. I'll ask you first, actually. Me and Finner were talking about. Do you think this is maybe the best generation for the consoles I've had? Was the Xbox 360, PS3? Would you say it's been the best one so far?
Well, like, every generation is going to be better than the other one in terms of like quality.
Yeah, well,
in terms of like,
I don't know.
Online and stuff like that, it's been the best. But like for like revolutionary games and stuff, I'd probably say like still the PS2 and that. Like, if you remember back in like high school and that, everyone had a PS2.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest revolution really this generation has really been how you know, games are taking their stories a lot more seriously, I think.
Yeah, so they're becoming like entertainment in their own, like
definitely. I mean,
movies are basically
the fact
movies.
That Grand Theft Auto 5, you know, had 2 discs worth, probably about a total of, I don't know, around 16, 17 gigabytes total. You know, you've got massive games like Mass Effect 3 that are spanning 3 games with huge storylines. I mean, it just goes to show, you know, how much, you know, thought is being put into the stories and whatnot nowadays. And I think that's definitely been the biggest, you know, change we've seen from, like, ES2 and whatnot. Are you going to take 13 seconds again, then just check?
Yeah. Well, I never did that. What are you talking about?
You're not even.
Is that on my sheet? I know.
So,
but
yeah, we mentioned Mass Effect. Mass Effect, me and Saf at least. Though he hasn't played it, but me and Saf probably are. Well, Saf's joint favorite game of all time, Red Dead Redemption. My full-on favorite game of all time. And
yeah, what's been yours, this generation?
Favorite game?
Yeah, or series there.
On Xbox.
You know, series games or anything.
I'm gonna have to go COD, like. COD fanboy.
COD, really? COD 4?
And I'm not even.
What's your favourite COD?
Black Ops 1, maybe. Black Ops 1 Modern Warfare 3, I like them both.
Yeah.
That way,
COD definitely brought the FPS genre right to the forefront. I mean, it fucking destroyed everything.
Like, I can remember playing like 4-person split screen on the Medal Honor on like the PS. Well, I had a GameCube, and like that was awesome back in the day.
Yeah.
I think mainly, you know, COD's Online is just completely, you know, bombarded everything else, really. This current generation. I mean, starting off with, it started Did they start, from Call of Duty 1 on Xbox 360, or was that original Xbox? No, it was Xbox 360, wasn't it?
COD 1 or it was it not COD 2?
It was maybe COD 2, but anyways, that means there's been around a total of 7, 8 installations of Call of Duty since the Xbox 360 is released. I mean, pretty much a COD, Call of Duty as a franchise has been going since the very birth of this, console right until the end. I mean,
yeah, they sold a shit ton.
Exactly.
As well.
I mean, it clearly shows how their numbers grow every year.
But like even
it's more popular.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise, graphic wise, like Battlefield's better, but it's like the online community for COD is so much bigger than Battlefield.
I think you've got that and the fact that COD's more of a, pick up and play kind of thing. If you're going to play a game of Battlefield, the matches are long, you're going to want to be in it for a while. But
plus you've got to download about 6 gigabytes of updates every day.
Yeah, you've got to, take about 10 hours to download, a few patches. But whereas COD's more like, pop in the disc tray, start up a match, play a couple games, and then, head off. It's like that for a lot of people.
Play a couple of games and put it down and swear never to play again. And 2 days later,
and then play again later that day. But COD's definitely one of the things that bombarded itself the most. So before we touch on Rockstar and all the things that they brought out, because we're going to get into GTA Online in a little bit. Anything else? I pointed out on the first recording of this, Assassin's Creed is something that I've really grown to adore. Generation. And Zoe, have you played Assassin's Creed? Anything?
Played the first one for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll consider
I'm
that
not a
as
big single player gamer.
Yeah, but Assassin's Creed, that's definitely been one of the big things for me. I mean, I think if anything, that's been another revolution as well, and the fact that we're seeing, so much more fluidity nowadays in games as well. I mean, the entire free roaming aspect of being able to, scale buildings and stuff. I think in general, just the scope of games has gotten that much bigger. And Assassin's Creed's one of them things for me.
The game that changed it all for me, that I realised the game industry is just going to become massive, was Portal 2.
Yeah.
The writing in that was disgusting. It was so good.
Well, not even that.
And the co-op aspect, it just brought a new whole aspect to play. It was amazing.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the original Portal was such a hit. You would think, you would have thought at the time the only way they can make this better is if they add more puzzles or something. But no, they went out with a much bigger storyline than the first one had. Great voice acting. I mean, Wheatley was just a great character. GLaDOS is really well done as well. And as you said, the co-op is absolutely great as well in that game. So yeah, Portal 2 is definitely one of the big things. I mean, especially I like games like I like when games become open to more audiences. I know the original Portal is available on Xbox, but pretty sure it wasn't on PSN. And I mean, it didn't come out at launch on Xbox either, did it? It was
No, it was in the orange box, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I know it came out as well as this an XBLA title, but yeah, it's one of them things that started off on PC, and I like when games are able to successfully come to one platform, from one platform to another.
Well, that tells you how big console gaming has become, because games used to be ported from console to PC, whereas now they're ported from, well, they usually ported from PC to console, sorry, now it's console to PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm trying not to get into next gen too soon, but I mean, one example we're seeing of that is, GTA so far is only on consoles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still not been a PC version announced. The same goes for.
Is that coming?
Well, they've not announced it yet. I imagine it will come.
No, I think they've announced it.
No, they've not announced any PC
version. They've not announced a date, but I'm pretty sure they've announced it's coming.
I think it's just more speculation. People are thinking it'll come. I'm pretty confident that they've not announced it yet, but I think it definitely will come. But Destiny's another one. Destiny at the minute is only releasing on consoles, and that's going to be a huge, huge game, I think.
Oh yeah, that and Elder Scrolls will be PC as well.
But I mean, even Elder Scrolls was originally only going to be PC, but they realized, the demand on console was so huge that they're bringing it to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 now as well. So
yeah, true.
Definitely agree with Dowie on the fact that consoles are kind twice now.
Yeah, but we were also talking about the MMO aspect of like the new generation, and we were talking about Defiance being kind of the guinea pig of it all, really. You know, the tester to see if it could actually work on a console, like that kind of size of world.
I still don't think it'll work. Like,
well,
maybe with the cloud,
with
I think they've got the best technology now.
And
to
like
work,
on this gen, it wouldn't work just because like they couldn't update it as often as they need to, really. Like, having played WoW like a load, like they update that every week pretty much. But
yeah, that's the thing. But I think Microsoft fucked up with like how hassle it was to like update, to bring updates.
The example that comes to
my
mind is Happy Wars. Because remember, that was like the free game that could have been awesome, but it was so broken.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't even play with friends on that at the start.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
I mean, that's one thing I kind of hope Microsoft do now in the future is they kind of get a little bit less strict with their policies, because I mean, I definitely think the next generation is going to be a lot more geared towards not necessarily MMOs, but games with qualities similar to MMOs. You know, tons of people connected all at once, large open spaces, maybe not completely open world, but you know, much more expansive than what we're seeing at the minute.
Yeah.
And I think for that to work,
in constant state worlds.
One thing I'd say about
that's
current gen that's like a lot better than like previous games. It's like PS2, GameCube days. It was all like you'd sit in your room and you'd just play a game on your own, or like you'd go to your friend's house and you'd play a game with like 2 or 3 people there. But like unlike PS3 and Xbox, you can like we're doing now. We're living in different parts of the UK, but we're all sitting here playing poker. Like, I think it's helped gaming become less of like a solitary thing and more social.
Yeah, definitely more of a social thing. I mean, it gave us all the chance to meet up. I mean, we've never, you know, even seen each other in real life, but I mean, we've all, you know, come together and, you know, as Doge just said, we were playing poker with each other.
I mean, PC did have that exclusively for a good while before consoles, but I think like it brought it to like people who maybe couldn't afford like a PC.
Yeah, the thing about PC was it was just who can afford the best parts.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing about consoles. It's a well, I don't know. Like, say you're for an offline game anyway, you're at least everyone's playing on a level playing field.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
For example, whether you've got like a first gen Xbox or the most recent one, GTA 5, like the exact same.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's it. Hardware's all the same.
And I suppose it's also more of a, you know, I guess long-term investment in a console, because although you're not going to be upgrading it, you know, you pay this fee that's smaller than creating a huge gaming laptop, and you're not going to be, you know. Well, if you were going to buy, you know, a PC, you'd want a pretty, you know, high-end PC, but then you'd be constantly paying to upgrade it.
Yeah. I've got a relatively good PC at the minute, and it's the similar specs to what the Xbox One and PS4 are going to be. And like, that's a PC. It's not like amazing, but it does everything I'd ever wanted.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, definitely the fact that consoles is the cheaper option. It brings a lot more people in. Got these social aspects, which are just great, and I mean, they look to be adding even more social aspects into the next gen. You know, things like they're really pushing video sharing and streaming and whatnot. So
that's what I'm worried about with like video sharing and things like that. Is like age restricted content. I mean, a lot of children will have Xboxes. You know, I'm scared that like it'll come out in the papers that, you know, like pedophiles or something like that will like come more into the consoles, and like, you know, it'll probably be in the media, like it'll be a bad thing.
But that's like the media always brings out stories of stabbings for GTA.
Yeah, true.
I think you're always going to find stuff like that. I mean, in the past, is, you know, like
and for as long as there's people like, as long as there's people like Cruel in this gaming world, you know, couldn't go a whole video without something Cruel.
I think you have to come into it with a certain mentality, though. I mean, you know,
what,
people
pedophilia
behind them. What's that? Gaming. You know, you've got to come in. You know, people are hiding behind their monitors. They're not going to be afraid to say anything to you. So they
true.
got to come into it and take it.
It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to experience it all. It's going to be good.
Do you have anything
Well,
good, Derek? I didn't.
Oh, did Farrah get the blow?
I didn't mean it. That.
Maybe,
Ah.
That's a shame because I actually did something good.
Oh, but mine would have beat yours. Mine was like literally the second best hand. Fuck's
I
sake.
got 2 pairs.
I was too. You distracted me with all the pedo talk.
Right, GTA lads.
Yeah, GTA.
What a bloody game. What a bloody game.
It's pretty good. Like.
It's alright.
Game of the year?
Tough one. I quite liked Farming Simulator 2013. Gotta be honest here.
That was a good game. That was a good game.
But,
Sims 3 Ultimate Edition was quite good.
But yeah, beginning.
Even though it was 2000.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
What game's that?
But beginning of this year, Bioshock Infinite really astounded me. I absolutely love Bioshock Infinite.
It was really good.
GTA just topped it for me. I was kind of hoping.
I think the only. Oh, sorry.
That was
The only game I think could beat it would be The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about that.
Yeah, and obviously the only thing we can't comment on about that is the fact that none of us have PS3s. We've not played The Last.
Yeah.
So we can't. Jesus Christ, that was one hell of a thing. I don't know poker terms. The cards that are on the table. The river.
Flush.
You bastard.
You'd have had the flush as well.
Like The Last of Us, but
Oh shit!
Yeah, I had the same thing last hand when I folded, but I meant to.
But yeah, we obviously haven't played The Last of Us, so we can't say what
Yeah, we can't say.
Opinionate on that. But I think it'll definitely come down to being between those two for Game of the Year. I think GTA will win it though, just for the simple fact that multi-console, it's got a larger audience, it's gonna have more people backing it. But you never know, it could be close.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's given it a well, not everybody, but everybody's given it like near enough a 10 without the online even out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think when we see the online, I think it's just going to be ridiculous.
I think the online will probably clinch it for it.
Yeah.
I mean, the online even is being considered as a completely separate game, isn't it? Really, because obviously there's just so much to do in it, and most places are considering it, just a thing on its own. And by buying GTA 5, I mean they're not trying to call it, GTA 5 multiplayer. They're calling it GTA Online, like as if it's its own separate thing. So I think they're gonna try and make it this thing that goes on for a while, and it's been what I've been saying. I think they'll bring. I don't think they'll bring GTA 5 out on next gen consoles unless it's a Game of the Year edition that they release later on. What I think they'll do is, as a download, maybe even retail discs, they'll just release GTA Online, obviously for a cheaper price, maybe £30-35. But I mean, I'd still buy that because I don't see it being bad at all. I mean, I had very, very high expectations for GTA 5, and it didn't just meet them; it surpassed them. So, with some games you think maybe you're hyping it up a bit too much. I don't think I am with GTA Online. I genuinely think it will just be that good.
Yeah, it was so good.
I mean, what did you guys think?
Favorite character?
Trevor. It has to be Trevor.
If you're listening to this, Rockstar, bring out Lamar DLC. Lamar DLC.
Lamar back in the hood.
N-word.
That would be awesome. Do you think they ever went over the top in anything?
The N-word.
The only thing that comes to mind is the torture scene.
The Trevor death scene's pretty harsh.
Spoilers going on! Spoilers! Oh my god! No, but...
if you haven't completed the game, you're a faggot. Fine.
True.
Yeah, I was like, as someone who's like played the game through twice because I made a wrong decision. Like the torture scene was like, did I really have to do this again?
I just felt really bad for the guy.
I mean, I didn't enjoy doing it. I didn't necessarily.
It really made me want to just go out and torture.
I didn't enjoy playing it, but at the same time, I can see why it's there. You know, for purpose of the story.
Yeah. The thing that annoyed me most about that was, well, spoilers here. Trevor letting the guy go. That was so out of character for me. I don't know why Trevor would do that. Like, he just let the guy go after torturing.
That's the thing, though. That's
Trevor's
why he
character's
tortures
pretty
him
weird
in the first place, and that's why it's there. I mean, Trevor. I think what happens there is Trevor's just, you know, happy to be acknowledged by this FIB guy. He's happy to have something to do. You know, he considers himself really a cohort, and I think that's why he's so quick to, you know, help out with the you know, the torture scene. But I mean, he doesn't personally have anything against the guy he's torturing, so he just, you know, goes with it and lets him go. It's just to show you, I think, how, you know, unstable he is, really, that whole mission.
Yeah, the easiest itself. He's not a rational man.
So,
as someone who wasn't actually going to buy the game until like a day before it came out, Illegal Cat.
Yeah, and then you ended up being the first.
Decided I'm letting the cat.
Oh shit. Yeah, do you want to talk for a bit, Saf, while I quickly? Oh no, it's already in. Okay, good.
No,
good.
it's alright.
Right. Yeah, like, I wasn't going to get the game, and then like the day before it came out, I was like, yeah, this game does look very good.
I think you were the first to complete it because you liked it that much, right?
Not the first 100%, no.
Technically, I've like 160%.
That is true. I wonder if you played it more than us, because you played through it twice.
Probably.
Don't know.
But yeah. But so we've established that it was probably going to be Game of the Year. Do you think best game ever made?
I don't know. For me, Red Dead was the perfect game for me. The time when I played it, it was just perfect, and the story. The only story I've been invested the whole way through the thing was Red Dead. And for me, Red Dead's my favourite game of all time. But depending on how good online is, it's got a really good chance of being. It really has.
Well, see, I'm a bit of an odd case in that fact. I don't think I'd ever be able to name a, you know, best game of all time, because I think no game's ever going to be perfect, but some will excel in some areas more than others. Like, I wouldn't say GTA 5 has the best story ever. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the story, because I really did, up until the ending, which I thought, you know, just ended a bit too quickly, maybe. But, you know, maybe gameplay-wise and stuff, I'd probably say, you know, GTA is probably the best game ever made, you know, in terms of, like, you know, the scale of the game and whatnot. But, you know, I'd say, like, something like Mass Effect maybe has a better story, so I don't know if I could actually ever call, you know, a best game of all time. But, I mean, it is definitely up there with the best.
What about you, Dewey? Best game you've ever played?
Don't know, maybe. I'm not.
Maybe
There's
not.
very few games that I've actually like sat through the whole storyline and been interested in.
That's the thing. I mean, you said
because you're not really a single player
you're not
game.
a single player guy. So the fact that, you know, it kept you entertained for so long, and I mean, you're still. I mean, you're in the same boat as us. Just can't wait for the multiplayer. So.
I wonder if that's maybe because it's got a lot of Scottish type humour in it. Maybe it like appeal to your sensibility. Do you?
Some of it is pretty funny. Like, but some of the like dialogue scenes are hilarious. But like the only games that I've really ever like put the kind of time I've put into GTA has been Fable and LA Noire, and they're just like random games that I ended up enjoying the storyline.
Another Rockstar game.
Yeah, LA Noire sucked. I'm just getting that out there.
I loved LA Noire.
Really? I liked it, but I hate the fact that there's nothing to do out. I don't get why it was a free roam game, like open world. Literally nothing to do.
But that's the thing with GTA as well, though. Once you've done the missions and done everything, got 100%, you're really just driving about killing people or flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even that's fun. I mean,
Oh no, yeah,
That's
but
what I mean, Align War was absolutely nothing. Align War was drive by. You couldn't even like run anybody over.
It was it was a smart way of doing the story though. It was kind of like you were playing a point and click game, like a PC point and click game, but
that's what I mean.
It was also
I would have
like
been happy if it was just a point and click game rather than a whole open world game. You know, they tried to really push, I think, the open world aspect of it when there was that much you could do.
Yeah.
Like, the only really activity they had was there was the achievements for like drive all the cars, but I mean, that wasn't even fun.
Yeah, true. True.
I think what other single player games I've enjoyed. World of Warcraft.
How dare you? We're not allowed to mention that on this podcast.
Yeah.
You've done it twice now, do you?
First time was actually relevant.
True.
While we're on the topics of MMOs, and we were talking about how next gen's gonna be, we feel more oriented towards MMOs. Why don't we start the conversation about next gen?
That is a good implementation of a next topic, Finner. That was beautiful. Well played.
So, how are we all feeling about next gen? You may as well go first because, you know, means I've kind of already talked about it, and I can't really remember.
I've already pre-ordered my day one edition from Amazon, so I should get it on the day.
What games are you picking up first?
FIFA and COD. And the games I really play.
Yeah, mine is FIFA, COD, Watch Dogs.
Do you think it's like because I live with my brothers, they'll probably get Watch Dogs, and I can just borrow off them.
Yeah,
you can just borrow your brother's games.
Yeah, that was my original plan with GTA, was to borrow it when they was like at school.
Yeah.
But I think I'm saying with you stuff. I'm getting a FIFA, COD, Watch Dogs. Kind of torn between Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed 4 because I just love the Assassin's Creed series, but I think we're gonna go Watch Dogs because it'll be nice to try something new.
Yeah, it looks interesting what they're doing with that game. Looks good.
I mean, there's a lot of other stuff coming out like on launch that I'd want, but I just can't afford it. Like Battlefield 4, I would love to have, but I just feel like more people will be playing COD, and that's obviously why I want COD over Battlefield, because not as many people will be playing Battlefield. So
I think if this COD is shit, I will probably just find a new game. Like if Ghosts doesn't make it, like the thing I'm most looking forward to for Ghosts will be the dedicated servers. They're playing a pretty shit.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That will be interesting. If they do it right though, it'll be good. But I hope they don't go down the Battlefield route where you can buy your own server. Do you think they would ever do that?
But even that wouldn't be too bad, just because like on a PC, like private server, Team Fortress, now it's awesome.
But you would get every like server would have like say there was a small map like Nuketown, everybody would play Nuketown, fucking at 24/7.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know,
you probably would get a lot like that, but they wouldn't all be like that. I mean, I don't really have a problem with the way Battlefield does it because, for the simple fact, they keep their own servers up and running at all times. You know, they've got their own servers for that. You know, play all the maps and all the game modes and stuff. You know, if people are willing to, pay a bit of cash to, really.
That's the cool thing about like Team Fortress, and that is like you get like Team Fortress and Counter Strike, the ones I played in PC. You get like surf maps, stuff like that. Are just like totally nothing to do with the game really. And then you get like other maps like 24/7, 24/7 Dust 2 and stuff like that. Like the popular maps just played all the time.
The game I'm really looking forward to most, we were talking about this in the podcast the other day, was Titanfall. For me, I mean, it was won so many awards before, but what blew my mind is when it won the Tokyo Best Game Award in the Tokyo show.
Well, I mean,
because that's unusual for a first-person shooter to do.
I noticed that the
really
day
unusual.
after the Sunday, the day after we recorded the first take of this podcast, it won Eurogamer Game of the Show as well. So it's now won E3
Wow.
Game of the Show, Gamescom Game of the Show, Tokyo Game Show Game of the Show, and now Eurogamer Game of the Show. It's won every single game of the show for every, event it's been to. I mean,
I think that could be the COD killer.
Do we talk about? Yeah, well, I think it will
Yeah.
be. I think COD's done when that comes out. I think Battlefield's done as well when it comes out.
I mean, it looks just so
Both of them.
promising. I mean, it's the fact that they're just focusing on pure gameplay, wanting that to be as smooth as possible and as fun as possible, which is what I like. I mean, we even saw like they're not doing a single player. Instead, what they're doing is they're merging the single player into the. Not even know I had it straight there. They're merging the single player into the online. I just think that's really cool, and I mean, it looks just really fun. I mean, just seeing the gameplay makes me want to play it so much. It looks like the gunplay is just good old-fashioned. It's like a mixture of things, I guess. I mean, it looks like COD 4 fluid gameplay, which I like. The kind of, weapon strategy, if you know what I mean, of Halo, the way, certain weapons are better in certain scenarios and you're going to know when to use them.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. I mean, you can kind of compare it to Battlefield a bit with, the mechs being like vehicular warfare. It just looks, really great, and I just can't wait to get my hands on that ring.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting. The next gen. Cannot wait for it.
And I mean,
it'll be interesting to see if games like COD do eventually just go pure multiplayer.
Well,
like, I mean, no one I know picks up COD thinking I can't wait to do this campaign.
Enjoy them, but I mean, I know what you mean. It's all about multiplayer, but I've got a feel. I've talked about this before. I've got a feeling Treyarch might go down the road of a zombie game, and Infinity Ward will be like not every year. It'll be COD. It'll be like every 2 years.
Well, see,
I think
Treyarch would be smart doing that because, I mean, I know we all personally love Black Ops 1, and Dowie personally loves Black Ops 2, but overall, among the general COD community, they seem to really favor Infinity Ward multiplayers over Treyarch ones. I mean, you see so many people like on the comment section on YouTube saying, "I only bought Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 for the zombies." I think they'd be crazy not to push it. I think so many people were disappointed at how little zombies content there was in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously
I know Dewey, but it's because he's a big zombies fan.
I mean, obviously the maps were amazing and stuff, but I mean, at the same time there were only 6 of them, and one of them was, tiny little Nuketown. So, I definitely think going down the full zombies route, or on Treyarch's part.
But
I wouldn't, I wouldn't cry if there was, not going to be an annual COD one year. I wouldn't mind that.
What? No annual cost?
Yeah, no annual COD. I'd be perfectly fine with them saying that because I feel like then when it finally does get
it would give them time to develop it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be so much
it'll give them time to develop a better game.
No,
but
but
a couple of new features which
in reality they do have 2 years to do the COD.
True, that is true.
Okay, 3 years.
But they've been using the same bloody engine since Modern Warfare 2, isn't it? Was Modern Warfare 2 the same as COD 4's engine, or was that different?
I'm pretty sure it's the same as COD 4, just a few tweaks, but the base engine is the same.
Well, I think was it Modern Warfare 3 was the first new one?
No, it's gonna be Ghost as the new engine.
Ghost will be the first new one. That was the problem. They've not like progressed it forward.
Yeah, there's not that much gameplay innovation between MW2 COD Ghost, MW2 Black Ops.
I mean, with the whole annual thing, you've got to remember they're developing DLC during that time as well.
Yeah,
I mean, that really takes up the first year portion of their game. I mean, they're only contributing half of their resources to the next game, the other half are working on DLC.
Yeah.
I think, as you said, I think if COD's a dying ship, Treyarch might just make a zombies game.
I think everybody would be perfectly happy with that.
They've got the fan base. I mean, the fan base is there for them to make a shit ton of money on that. So I think that I would enjoy that. I'd love it.
I do think for me as well, Ghost is going to be make or break.
No.
Well, I mean, it won't actually saying that because the next game will be a Treyarch one, and I'll want that for the zombies. After that, you know, I've probably going to stop, you know, buying
see the amount of people that are like, the amount of like YouTubers and stuff like that just don't enjoy Ghosts. Black Ops 2 even, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Like, so far into the game, there's still so much wrong with it.
See, but that's been the problem though with the COD, like gaming community side with it. It's the same videos we've seen since COD 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're watching gameplay video of the same game pretty much for like 6 years. It's not fun anymore. I've stopped watching. I used to watch a good. Fedor's mic's beeping.
That's what
I used to watch a lot of COD commentators, but
I used to watch like loads of the try-hard one. Now I mostly just watch funny.
Yeah, it's more the fun, the people fucking about and take trolling. I like to watch now, rather than I'm going to watch. He's good at COD. I'm going to watch him play COD.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch it, play it myself.
But even like
fun.
people like Wings of Redemption who are like massive, like to begin with.
Yeah.
And like as the gameplay standard on YouTube's gone up, they've like been phased out. Pretty funny to see that.
Yeah.
Like Wings, when I first started watching YouTube, it was like Wings was one of the big people.
Well, look at C-Nanners as well. I mean, he was fucking massive.
Yeah, C-Nanners.
Then he's moved to PC now. I mean, he doesn't play, like, he really plays COD now. It's all about
Same with Hutch,
like PC
didn't
games.
Hutch quit for it?
Yeah, he quit Machinima as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hutch.
I think everybody is the same. We're all just getting fed up with the same thing again and again now. So.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but
Probably still gonna. Oh no, I had a streak. I did not know I had a streak.
I'm just pressing. What? I had no idea I had that either. I just pressed button. Oh Jesus. But yeah, I think the COD video for watching it for gameplay is done. I think now.
Yeah.
It's done.
So we mentioned Ghost. We mentioned Titanfall. Two probably as well as Titanfall, the three that I'm most excited for. Obviously, Titanfall being one of them. Destiny and The Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
How much is Elder Scrolls Online a month? Is that until like
Same as WoW, $8.99.
Could you guys see a WoW console clone?
Elder Scrolls Online.
No, but I mean, could you guys see WoW maybe doing a console?
No.
Console? No.
Yeah.
It never worked. As someone who's like played WoW quite a lot, there's just too much in the world.
Even someone who's not played it a lot, I just know for a fact that could not be done. Not if the game is, dependent on hotkeys as well.
Yeah.
I know Diablo's totally different gameplay wise, but look what they did with that. I mean, people hated that on the PC, and they totally changed it for the console, and people are saying it's like the better definition of the game than the PC one.
I think the thing with WoW is it would be so hard to like look at the controllers. Like looking at this, I've got about 8, 10 buttons maybe if I'm lucky. Whereas like a lot of people have like 20, 30, 40 keybinds. Wow.
Unless voice recognition could get really, really good.
But
now you can shout like lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
The problem with that though is like if we're playing together, we're all gonna be just constantly. We won't even have time to communicate.
Yeah, you should.
Like, fireball, constantly like that. I don't think that would work.
Xbox off! Xbox off!
Like the thing with like Elder Scrolls Online having an annual, like a monthly sub, is like you're already monthly sub Xbox Live.
Well, that was the thing they were looking into. They were looking into being able to making it possible to play the Elder Scrolls Online. Paying your subscription for that, obviously, but not having to pay your you could be an Xbox Live Silver member and still play it. They're looking into trying to get that to work.
I don't think. I think that game's gonna flop just because I don't see many people paying
Have you played Skyrim? Do you?
Yeah, very very briefly.
See, I think Skyrim is loved by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like some people consider that the best game ever made.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good game. And if it's going to be Skyrim, but like 5 times bigger in MMO and online, oh my god, I think it's going to be ridiculous.
Well, I mean,
and worth
and stuff as well.
Yeah, true.
And I think like you know, I've been reading up a lot on it. I mean, it just looks like they're going to pack so much content into it. I genuinely think it will be the closest thing to getting WoW on a console. But
I think the only thing they can with that is if they try and pack too much into it, take away from the actual gameplay of it. They'll just try to do too much.
Yeah, I'm worried about the story, that affecting the story more than anything. Because I love Skyrim's story, and if it like affected the progression of like missions and MMO aspect, I don't know. I'm worried on that
But
side.
the only thing about MMOs is like historically they're really really grindy.
Yeah.
I don't see a grindy game being loved on Xbox.
But the thing for the story with me is, what I have with stories in MMOs is typically in MMOs, I find that all I'm doing is just run to a person, click on them, accept their quest, go to the quest, come back, complete the quest, and repeat. I don't, you know, they give you a little bit of text, you know, giving you the background, what's going on, the, you know, kind of story for what's happening here, but I never read it. That's why it feels grindy to me, because I just feel like I'm doing it constantly without any idea why I'm doing it. But they've said every single NPC that you talk to in Elder Scrolls Online will be fully voice acted, so that's kind of got me up a bit.
The thing with WoW is there's so much lore behind everything.
Oh yeah, but that's what I mean. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online is probably exactly the same. I mean, you've had 5 generations of Elder Scrolls games, and they've just got ridiculous amounts of information packed into them. So I'm hoping they can still deliver. I was kind of skeptical.
I'm hopeful.
I just don't see like
Sorry, go on.
Honestly, I just don't see a MMO working. Like just for the pure aspect of it, will be too grindy.
Well, I thought Defiance worked if they had more time to develop it, they updated it more, and there was more content in the game. Because I love Defiance, but it was all over too quickly.
I think one thing though about, you know, the whole grindiness thing, I think the only reason I find WoW grindy is because I find the combat so dull. I mean, all it is you know, you click on it and you mash the same.
Like, I hate to be one of those guys, but see if you think it's grindy now, you should have played it back in the day.
That's the thing, even now though, the combat is just, you know, you click on an enemy, you mash your keybinds, it's the exact same, you know, combo every time.
Yes, Krill,
it gets really
you
boring.
hit your keybinds, Krill. Don't click.
I'm a noob, and even I use keybinds. But yeah, that's what makes it feel grindy to me. I feel like I'm just doing the same thing. Same with the quest, I'm just doing the same thing again and again and again and again. It just gets boring for me. Whereas what I found about Defiance was kind of similar to WoW in the fact that all the quests were just like, go here, kill something.
I think
the fact that sorry, go.
Like an MMO, a console MMO could be massive in Asia because Asia really really like those kind of grindy, horrible, sit and do mine rocks or 10 hours games.
But see, that was the thing for me with Defiance. It didn't feel grindy. Hello, person texting stuff. It's probably Brett. He sent me a message, but I still haven't replied to him telling him that we're doing DoTPoD. Sorry, Brett. Thing that made Defiance feel not grindy to me was, even though they were similar types of quests that I would be used to doing in WoW. It's strange how much of a difference it can make, but the simple element of the fact that it was a shooter made it so much more fun. You know, actually having to aim at something and shoot and trying to get the headshots and taking cover made it feel so much more fun. And that's why
I really think
if had more content, I would probably still be playing it right now.
Yeah, I think Dewey, once he sees Destiny I think he'll come round to the first person shooter side.
I've not watched.
That's the one thing though. That's the one thing for me. Like the thing I don't see about the Elder Scrolls Online working is the fact that it looks like it will use a few, hotkeys. And at the minute, the only kind of console MMOs I can see working are shooters.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
I
Definitely.
can't really see, MMORPGs working on consoles quite yet.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing. Not all MMOs are MMORPGs. Some MMOs.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
The thing I'm just thinking is that Elder Scrolls would mostly be an MMORPG.
Yeah. But I'm hoping they can kind of do a similar thing to Defiance, where the fact that you're aiming at stuff keeps the gameplay interesting. If you're using a bow and arrow, you're going to want to sneak up somewhere with a good vantage point. You've got to aim, you've got to calculate the distance and whatnot. Even if you're using a sword, you can block your enemy's attacks, so like try and parry them and whatnot. I think things like that could keep the gameplay fun.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we'll have to see how big a difference there is to the PC version.
But
and then finally you're left.
But the problem with that's 2014.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. It's so long away.
That's the kind of problem I have at the minute. The fact that the three that I want to play the most are 2014 next gen.
Yeah.
I'll play FIFA, I'll play Watch Dogs, but the three I'm looking forward to most, Titanfall, Destiny, and ESO, are all 2014.
Two games I want the most are out on launch.
You play them on this console anyway.
Yeah.
You bloody bastard, man.
Bollocks.
He's going to have the advantage over us.
But
That's
I think all we got left is Destiny then. Talk about.
Yeah.
The Destiny looks interesting. Oh, show.
For showzels. I can't believe Dewey's not seen too much yet.
I don't look for anything
there's not much 2C on it yet still.
True.
But they're kind of keeping it very on the down low. How far they've gotten with it. They have let it be known recently, Bungie, that they're about to start getting more official with the news they bring out. I mean, just today even we saw the box art for it. Looks pretty.
Oh, yes, we did.
And
nice box art.
Yeah, Destiny's another game very similar to Defiance, I think, where it's going to be. I don't think it'll be a full-on MMO, and this is what I meant earlier by not next-gen games being MMO-ish, but not MMOs. Destiny kind of feels like Destiny. I think Destiny won't be MMO. I also don't think it'll be open world for the record. I just think it'll be huge, expansive areas. And lots to discover. And
well, that's what the cloud brings, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the cloud gives games that advantage where even if they don't go down the MMO route, it'll feel kind of like that just because of the scale and the size and the constantly online thing.
That's one thing I really can't wait to see. Yeah, I can't wait to see, constantly live world. I really can't wait for games where, I come on one day and I'm playing for a bit and I go off for a while, and when I come back later something's happened while I was gone, and there's, been a probably significant change to, the world and what's going on. So I think that'll be really fun to see.
Gonna be good.
Probably the thing I'm most excited for. Just making games more of a, social thing more than just, basement sort of thing.
I think even COD's trying to do that with like the Ghosts and like the Clan Wars thing. Like, I think Clan Wars could be a massive thing for Ghosts and like keeping people playing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that impressed me the most, I must say. Yeah, Clan Wars, because even though you're not a full-on competitive clan, I mean, most people, game with their friends. Start off a little group together on Clan Wars, and you play regularly, and it's an incentive to play more, because you don't even have to do anything out of the ordinary. You just play as you normally would, and you reap benefits for it.
Like, if you remember how much we played the Clan Ops in Modern Warfare 3, that was just something simple like most domination captures. And we'd have like 6 people at least on playing that for like the 3 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas like
I wasn't a lot.
clan wars are like always on by the sound of it. Like there's always going to be some kind of clan war going on.
Yeah. Me and Finner weren't lovers of Modern Warfare 3, but the thing I think they implemented well was Elite did fail miserably. It was like that was a big
I think
failure.
it got better towards the end. They did actually when they started working on it.
I think when they were charging for it, that was never going to work. Even though they did like put in the DLC, I think just it being like a constant companion to the game, where you can check it on your app, your iPod, you know. I think that it's going to work better in Ghost. I think.
Even like GTA 5, like you can play the shop and stuff on your iPod and iPhone.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be.
I think we'll start seeing a lot more stuff like that. Obviously, a lot of games are showing off the fact that they've got companion apps. I mean, just off the top of my head, you've got Ghosts with Elite, you've got Battlefield 4 Commander mode, you've got Destiny is going to be using the Bungie mobile app.
Even
I probably said
FIFA's
Watch
got a web
Dogs
app
already, but Watch Dogs. FIFA's got the web app. Yeah, you're right. Dead Rising 3. So many of them are using companion apps now. The Division is another one. I think we'll start seeing a lot more stuff like that. So, I mean, I quite like stuff like that because, in terms of Destiny at least, you know, I like being able to, you know, customize my character while I'm not there. Like if I'm on the bus home from college or whatever, you know, plan my loadout and have it ready for me so I can just get into doing whatever I want to do as soon as I get it on. Rather than, you know,
you can do that with Ghost as well now, can't you?
Yeah, you can do it back in Modern Warfare 3, but obviously,
No, but like I mean, like fully customize the character.
Oh yeah.
Is it not a Fable MMO? Should probably talk about this now. Talk about MMOs.
No, it's rumored to be an MMO, but it's going to be that one that I told you about. I can't remember what they're calling it now. Fable Legends, Fable Heroes, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Fable Legends, I think.
Fable.
The 4-player co-op / 4v1 competitive. Go with it.
Will you be getting that, do?
Maybe. Yeah, I'll have Fable 2 and Fable 3.
Yeah, we could all Fable it up, kick chickens and all that.
Birdo sounds really hot.
Brilliant.
So, a story begins.
Is that the same woman who did Lord of the Rings?
I think that.
It's kind of.
I think there'll be a Game of Thrones style. You know how like they had loads of Lord of the Rings games after like the TV shows.
Yeah.
I think there'll be Lord of the Rings games, Game of Thrones games even. So like Breaking Bad games coming soon.
Well, that's another thing Defiance was impressive for me as well, because it was like a joint adventure with the game and the TV show coming at the same time. And I think that you might be right. I think maybe in the future, like TV shows could bring out a companion game, you know, along with it.
If you look how massive TV shows like Game of Thrones are, Breaking Bad.
Well, I mean,
I think
they did bring out a game, mind you. Game of Thrones.
Well, unfortunately,
partly
it's terrible, but
not the best.
thing is, I mean, just having, you know, the name of that brand on something like a Game of Thrones actual game, or I know we already have them, but let's just pretend it doesn't exist because it doesn't deserve to. But say they brought out a Breaking Bad game, just having Breaking Bad on the title is sure to bring in tons of people, because obviously, you know, so many people watch Breaking Bad. But if they actually manage to make it a very, you know, good and polished and successful game, I mean, you know, the chance there is just immense.
Yeah, it'd be good. Well, that's the one thing I'm disappointed in as well, that the Stick of Truth is coming out in December, and apparently they're not bringing out next gen, so
next gen release.
that's going to be, because that game looks really good. Yeah, that game looks amazing. I'm still going to get it, but it's just a shame that it won't be out on next gen.
You know what I love, man? See the South Park game for PS1? Awesome.
Is that the one you could throw snowballs?
That's the only thing I remember about it as well, throwing snowballs, but it was awesome.
Snowballs and killing turkeys, I remember that.
Played 2 on Xbox, they're alright, but they're not as good as that one.
They had a tower defense game actually, didn't they?
Be a low tower defense game.
Yeah.
But you see the like think of all the movie games like Harry Potter and stuff like that. There's like Simpsons, like loads of Simpsons games. I think like if they start releasing games like massive TV shows like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad, make so much money. Especially when
Father Ted game.
Yeah, it's good to be done. Especially when you consider the next.
How good would that be?
When you consider like next gen, they're going to have so much. The sky is the limit to begin with.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we were talking about that the other day. Look at GTA 4 to Look at GTA 4 to GTA 5. I mean that's what 6 is that 5 or 6 years?
5, I think.
Difference 5. I mean look what they've come up with in 5 years on the same console. I just think 5 years from now what people will be able to make on this next generation. It's going to be insane. Insane. Going to be good. But we've been talking for 55 minutes. We maybe better should start wrapping it up.
Yeah,
because it's been fun.
Probably only around 55 days till we get to actually try next gen for ourselves. It's not too far away now.
Oh, that worked its way. Right.
You know, I'm gonna be raging like see Amazon. Like, the last time I ordered something off Amazon, like 2 days before it was due to come, they said, "Lol, we're just kidding. It's not gonna come on day release."
Well, you're not going to get it. It's been sent to Japan or something.
Sure, I got a retail pre-order in. I can go and physically pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've like emailed them twice saying, "Am I getting it day one?" I get. I ended up talking.
Oh Jesus.
And that's Brett.
But yeah, he's desperate to get in. But yeah, this generation's been good. Hashtag David Moyes should get sacked. Ali McCoy should get a knighthood. And Dewey got Vincent Company. You bastard.
Yeah.
Vincent!
I think like from now on, like if Gen's going to be the next best Gen, it's going to be impossible to do what is the best. We're always going to change.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Like if you remember when SNES came out, like SNES was obviously the best. When NES was out, the best.
So how about the Sega Mega Drive?
Yeah, I think.
No, I hope, man.
How?
Microsoft buy out Nintendo, make a Pokemon MMO on.
I'm pretty sure I said that exact same thing like 2 days ago. I don't know if it was on the DoTPoD, but
yeah.
I said the exact same thing. I wish Microsoft would buy out Nintendo and just make Pokemon games forever.
Hashtag Poke MMO to Xbox One.
Yeah, exactly. Just purchase Nintendo so they have the copyright. And just publish Poke MMO. I'd be happy.
I told you, all Nintendo would make a killing. All they have to do is say to Xbox and PS4, we're going to bring out an indie game on your marketplace. They would make a fortune.
Was it Rare that died or something? And then Nintendo were trying to buy Donkey Kong.
When was this?
Oh, this was ages ago. I don't remember there was loads of fuss about it. Nintendo is a dying brand in terms of
definitely.
It's going to be
their handheld consoles are second to none.
Software. It's going to be like some.
Yeah, so it's going to be
have to go all out software.
The maybe still be able to rule the handheld.
They'll always rule the handheld
domain.
because there's not as much money in that as in I don't think so. Like Xbox and PlayStation aren't going to give that much of a crap about it.
I mean, you can even imagine just how great it'd be to say, like,
Can you imagine
decided to publish Super Smash Brothers, a new Super Smash Brothers game on both Sony and Microsoft consoles, and then they could also, keep up with what they're doing at the minute, which is releasing, kind of like a sub version onto the DS, and that could be their companion app sort of thing. Maybe it's just some way to, transfer your progress from your DS over to whatever console you're playing on.
As shit as the Wii was and the Wii U is, they've got some very good games.
Yeah, they've got good titles.
They'll always have Mario. There may only be a few titles, but they're such good titles, and they're almost always, the Nintendo exclusives. But
like Mario, Zelda, Pokemon,
Sonic. I'm only kidding. That what used to be Sega, but now it's kind of.
I think got other ones.
I'm gonna get straight here.
Jelly Boy.
But anyways,
But
probably play
you,
some Nintendo.
no, hold on, no, but one thing to throw a spanner in the works,
Go for it.
and I think this might be a lot better than people think. It's going to be the Steam box. I'm interested to see what kind of hardware that's got. Is the hardware for that been announced yet?
I don't think so.
Because if it's on par or even a bit better than
an interested in this video soon, I'm going to fight me.
I'll fight you at LAN right now. Whoever wins this is a while.
Anyone that kills, what's Train's gamer tag, by the way?
DT.
Put an annotation in. Anyone that kills this gamer tag on Call of Duty can send me a friend request, and I'll give them one Game of the Year win, Rooney.
This gamer tag, anybody who's watching this, like the two people who might watch this, send a message to this guy and say we'd bring back driving vlogs.
Bring
That's all you
back
need to
driving
say.
vlogs.
Bring back driving vlogs, and that'd be perfect.
It's DT and 4 E's. So DTEEE. DTEE. Yeah, DTEEE. Send a message. Get the driving vlogs back.
Anyone that's got this far in the video has to seriously evaluate what they're doing with themselves.
the two people that we don't know, you've randomly pressed this when you're drunk. I'm sorry, but yeah, just drink some more. It'll help you.
Hey, shit, but that was that me.
Yeah, true.
Nah,
but
let's go all in. Let me win.
Not me. I've left the game.
What?
Yeah, I've left the game.
Yes, I win. See you later.
It's no video proof. There's no video proof. He didn't win. Yes, man, I'm a sheep. Anyway, thanks, Little Tears, for listening to us. We've been a dot, and we're proud and we're out. That sounds gay, but okay.
Don't murder people just because you play GTA. Bad.
Unless it's DT,
yeah.
in which case murder him violently.
Yeah, kill DT.